It usually starts small. You might feel a little more winded climbing stairs, or your knees take just a bit longer to push off the couch. Maybe you've shrugged it off with a quiet, "I guess that's just aging." But here's something most doctors don't say loud enough. If your legs are starting to feel weak, it's not just agits, your body sending a signal that something's missing. After 60, we lose 1–3% of our muscle mass every year. Slowly, quietly, no pain, no swelling. Until one day, you find yourself gripping the banister, holding the wall, doing whatever it takes just to stay balanced. The scary part? It happens even if you're eating normally, staying somewhat active, living your routine life. But what if I told you this slow decline isn't permanent? That in just a few days, you could start reversing it without a gym, without pain, without expensive therapy. Just 3 vitamins. Backed by science, proven by thousands of real seniors. These nutrients can help restore your strength, improve balance, and most importantly, bring back your independence. In this video, I'll walk you through what those 3 vitamins are, how to take them correctly, and which signs your body is giving that it's time to act. This isn't theory. These are peer-reviewed studies, real data, and simple habits that make a huge difference. Stick with me to the end, and I'll give you a step-by-step daily vitamin plan that's helped thousands of older adults feel confident on their feet again. Before we jump in, where are you watching from today? Drop it in the comments. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button if you're into smart, practical health tips. This is Vital 365, and we're here to help you stay steady, sharp, and strong at any age. Let's dive in with the first and most underrated vitamin, one that quite literally flips the power switch back on in your muscles and bones. A good friend of mine, Walter, 72, came to me recently and said something I'll never forget. "It feels like my legs are betraying me. I eat well, I walk a little each day, but it's like every step is heavier." I asked him just one question. "When was the last time you checked your vitamin D3 levels?" He laughed. "Isn't that just for bones?" That's where most people miss the mark. Vitamin D3 is more than a bone vitamin, it's a control center. It doesn't just help absorb calcium, it reactivates your entire muscle and nerve system, especially in your legs. Here's what happens. After 60, your skin gets thinner, your liver and kidneys slow down, and you probably don't get as much sun. All of that adds up to reduced D3 production. Even if you feel fine, your muscles could already be weakening behind the scenes. When your D3 is low, things feel subtly off. You tire faster climbing stairs. You wobble when turning. You feel heavier not because your muscles are gone, but because they're not getting the signals they need. And most people assume it's just old age. But in reality, it's a deficiency and one that's easy to fix. A study from the University of Birmingham found that older adults who took just 800 IU of vitamin D3 per day saw an average 19% improvement in leg strength in under a week. Harvard's Geriatric Research Center also showed that seniors with low D3 levels were 40% more likely to fall or end up hospitalized due to leg weakness. So what exactly does D3 do? Yes, it helps with calcium, but it also keeps your muscle fibers firing correctly, reduces inflammation in aging tissues, and ensures nerve signals from your brain to your legs stay strong and fast. Once Walter started supplementing properly, he told me, "I don't need to hold the railing as much when I go upstairs. It's like I got my legs back." Here's the dosage breakdown. Most adults over 60 should aim for 800 IU per day. If you've had a recent fall, joint pain, or osteoporosis, doctors may recommend 500 IU per day. Never exceed 40 IU day unless your doctor says so. D3 is fat-soluble, meaning excess builds up in your body, not flushed out, like water-soluble vitamins. How to take it. Take your D3 in the morning or early afternoon with a meal that includes healthy fat. Think eggs, avocado, yogurt, or salmon fat. Helps your body absorb it better. Don't take it at night. It can interfere with sleep by blocking melatonin. Can you get enough from food? Not likely. Salmon gives you about 500 IU. One egg? Just 40 IU. Fortified milk? Around 100 IU. You'd have to eat a huge amount of these foods daily to meet your needs, and most seniors simply don't. Bottom line, if your legs feel heavy, your balance is off, or stairs feel like mountains, it might not be your age. It might be a missing spark, and vitamin D3 could be the simple switch that brings the power back. Now that we've flipped the power back on, let's move to the second vitamin that restores the connection between your brain and your legs. Right after Walter got his D3 levels in check, he came back to me and said, "I feel stronger now, but sometimes it's like my feet aren't there. I have to look down to make sure I'm actually stepping." That's when I knew we needed to talk about vitamin B12. Most people hear B12 and think energy or memory, and yes, those are important. But for seniors over 60, B12 is your nervous system's lifeline, especially the nerve highways that run from your brain to your legs. Without enough B12, those signals slow down. They get distorted. You might feel numbness, tingling, or even like you're walking on cushions disconnected from the floor. It's not your shoes. It's your nerves not getting the message. Why does this happen? Because your nerves are wrapped in a protective layer called myelin. Think of it like insulation around electrical wires. B12 is what builds and repairs that insulation. If your B12 is low, it's like trying to send electricity through frayed wires. Signals get delayed or lost altogether. And here's the kicker. B12 deficiency is extremely common after 60. There are two major reasons why. As you age, your stomach makes less acid, and stomach acid is critical for unlocking B12 from food. If you're on medications like metformin for diabetes, or acid blockers like omeprazole or ranitidine, those interfere with B12 absorption too. So even if you're eating all the right foods, your body may still be running low. Here's what the research says. A study from Oxford University found that seniors with low B12 levels walked slower, had worse balance, and were twice as likely to fall compared to those with healthy levels. Another study published in the Journal of Gerontology gave older adults 10 mg of methylcobalamin, the most active form of B12, every day for 8 weeks. The results? Faster reaction times, less numbness in the feet, stronger lower body response, more confidence while walking and turning. One woman in the trial put it best. "It felt like my legs started answering the phone again." So what should you look out for? Common signs of B12 deficiency include tingling or burning in the feet, balance issues, especially when turning or stopping suddenly, feeling like your legs are asleep when they're not, mood dips, brain fog or forgetfulness, the kind people often brush off as just aging. Here's what doctors recommend. A daily dose of 500 mg of methylcobalamin. This form doesn't need to be converted by your liver. Your body can use it immediately. That's important because conversion slows as we age. You can find B12 in sublingual tablets that dissolve under your tongue, chewables, oral sprays. When to take it? Take B12 in the morning or around lunchtime. It can give you a slight energy boost. But avoid taking it with coffee or tea, since caffeine can interfere with absorption. Can food give you enough? Let's break it down. 3 ounces of beef liver, 70 mg. 3 ounces of salmon, 4.5 mg. 1 egg, 0.6 mg. 1 cup of milk, 1 mg. To reach even 500 mg, you'd need to eat an unrealistic amount of these every day. That's why supplements are the safest and most effective route. Is B12 safe? Yes. It's water-soluble, which means any extra gets flushed out in your urine. There's no known risk of overdose for healthy individuals, but if you're on blood thinners or have kidney issues, talk to your doctor first. As for Walter, 2 weeks after starting his B12 supplement, he told me, "I walked across my living room and didn't wobble once. I didn't even think about it." That's the magic of B12. It doesn't just give you strength, it reconnects your reflexes. It gives you back the steady confidence that you can trust your own legs. Now that we've restored the signal, there's still one final piece missing: fuel. Because muscles and nerves are great, but if your body doesn't have the energy to power them, progress stalls. In the next section, I'll share the third essential vitamin, one that keeps your steps light, your legs energized, and your motivation high. The last time I checked in with Walter, he smiled and said, "I don't feel like I'm dragging my feet through wet cement anymore." That's when I knew we had gotten his nerve signals firing. His strength was coming back, but we still needed one final piece: energy. Not just feeling awake, but the kind of energy your muscles need to move, stabilize, and keep you on your feet. That's where vitamin bone, also known as thiamine, comes in. This little-known vitamin doesn't get nearly as much attention as D3 or B12, but it might just be the unsung hero of movement after 60. Why? Because without bone, your body literally can't turn food into usable energy. Think of it like this. D3 is the ignition. B12 is the wiring. But bone is the gasoline. Every time you climb stairs, get up from a chair, or even walk across your kitchen, your muscles need ATP, your body's energy currency. And thiamine is what makes ATP production possible. Without enough bone, your muscles might be strong, but they don't activate correctly. Here's the twist. Bone deficiency is surprisingly common in older adults. Why? Your body absorbs less thiamine as you age. Common medications like diuretics or metformin flush bone out of your system. Even mild alcohol intake interferes with bone levels. And diets low in whole grains, seeds, or legumes don't provide enough bone to replenish it. What does that feel like in real life? You may experience legs that feel tired, even after short walks, a dragging sensation when moving, cramps in your calves or feet, dizziness when standing up, mental fog, or low motivation, shortness of breath when climbing stairs. I remember one client, Mary, she was 69. She said, "It's not pain exactly, just this weird weight in my legs like I'm always walking uphill." She was eating okay, doing some light exercise, but the heaviness wouldn't go away until we addressed her thiamine. So, what does the science say? A 2021 study from Tokyo University found that over 30% of seniors had low bone levels, and those individuals had shorter walking distances, more fatigue, weaker lower body function. But the good news? Once they started supplementing with bone, improvements came fast. In one clinical trial, published in the Journal of Neurological Sciences, seniors were given 100 milligrams of thiamine daily. Within 7 days, 82% reported increased energy and endurance. 68% said the heaviness and discomfort in their legs had decreased significantly. And there were no reported side effects. So how does it work? Thiamine powers something called the Krebs cycle. Basically, your cell's energy generator. Without it, your leg muscles don't have the fuel they need to move, repair, or grow. And because the legs are the largest muscles in your body, they're usually the first to show when energy runs low. Thiamine also plays a key role in your peripheral nerves, especially those controlling your legs and feet. So again, we're not just boosting energy, we're supporting nerve function too. Let's get practical. Recommended dosage. For older adults experiencing fatigue, weakness, or nerve symptoms, most doctors suggest 50 to 100 milligrams of bone per day. That's far more than the RDA, but well within the safe range for seniors. How to take it? Take thiamine in the morning, ideally with breakfast. Pair it with healthy fat or protein like eggs, avocado, or nuts to improve absorption. Avoid alcohol, black tea, or coffee close to your dose, as they can block uptake. Is it safe? Yes, thiamine is water-soluble, which means any extra just flushes out in your urine. Even at higher doses, it's considered one of the safest vitamins for seniors. Just check with your doctor first if you have kidney or liver concerns, or take multiple medications. Can you get enough from food? Technically, yes, but it's not easy. Good sources include whole grains, brown rice, oats, legumes, lentils, black beans, sunflower seeds, organ meats like liver or pork. But let's be honest, most seniors aren't eating a daily serving of lentils and liver. And if you're on meds or eating less overall, a supplement becomes a smart, simple choice. Back to Mary. 5 days after starting bone, she said, "I woke up, stood up, and I actually wanted to walk." That's the power of thiamine. It doesn't just lift physical fatigue, it restores motivation. It brings back lightness in your step, and it helps you reconnect with the joy of movement. Now that we've flipped the switch, D3, restored the wiring, B12, and fueled the engine, bone, let's put it all together. In the final part, I'll show you how to time these vitamins for the best results, what to watch out for, and how a few simple habits can keep your legs strong and steady for years to come. Now that you've got all three essentials, vitamin D3, B12, and bone, you're probably wondering, how do I take them correctly? And how do I make it simple enough to actually stick with? Let's break it down into an easy daily vitamin timing plan, designed specifically for older adults. No guesswork. Just a few consistent habits that keep your body strong, steady, and energized. Morning. Kickstart your strength and energy. Right after breakfast, especially if your meal includes healthy fat like eggs, avocado, Greek yogurt, or nuts, take vitamin D3, 801 IU or higher if your doctor recommends it. Vitamin bone, thiamine, 5100 milligram. Why morning? D3 needs fat to absorb well, and morning sunlight helps signal your body to use it. Bone fuels your muscles for the day ahead, so giving your body this gasoline early helps maximize every movement. Pro tip: avoid taking D3 or bone close to bedtime. D3 may interfere with melatonin, and bone is best used while you're active. Midday. Reconnect your nervous system. With lunch, ideally a light meal, not too heavy take. Vitamin B12, methylcobalamin, 500 to 1, 0 mg. This form dissolves under your tongue, or comes as a spray or chewable. Why midday? It helps reconnect your nerves and sharpen reflexes during the most active part of your day. It also supports alertness, so avoid taking it late in the afternoon or evening. Important note: avoid coffee or black tea within an hour of your B12. They can interfere with absorption. What about multivitamins? Here's a heads up. Most senior multivitamins underdose these three critical nutrients. Some mix fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins in ways that reduce absorption or use forms that your aging body can't convert easily. You may still benefit from a multivitamin, but if you're serious about leg strength and energy, it's best to take D3, B12, and bone separately and at the right times. Get tested. Stay smart. If you can, get a simple blood test every 6-12 months. It helps confirm you're in the right range, not too high, not too low. Especially important for D3, which can build up over time. Remember, more isn't always better. The goal is consistent, moderate intake, not megadoses. Final thoughts. This part is personal. If your legs feel heavier than they used to, if stairs seem steeper, if you found yourself pausing just to catch your balance, don't chalk it up to age. Sometimes it's not that your body is giving out, it's just missing support. These 3 vitamins, D3, B12, and bone, aren't magic. But when used right, they wake your body up. They help restore confidence, balance, and that sense of trust in your own 2 feet. You don't have to start running marathons. But maybe next week you walk further. Maybe next month you don't grab the railing as often. Maybe next year you take that trip you've been putting off. That's the power of feeling strong again. So if this helped you even a little, let me know in the comments. Tell me which vitamin you're planning to try first. Or just type the word strength, and I'll know you're with me on this journey. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. At Vital 365, we're building a space where seniors don't just survive aging, they thrive through it. Until next time, take care of your body. It's taken care of you for a long time. Here's to strong legs, a steady stride, and many confident steps ahead.